Hello and welcome to UTC Clutter Free, the place you want to be. My name's Jason Dombrow and I am a professional organizer and the owner of Under the Clutter, a professional organizing company here in Los Angeles, California since 2005. I am here to teach you how to organize in 2025 so that you can live clutter free. If that interests you, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting warmed up here. I have so many more videos to make and so much more to teach. So I hope you come along on this journey in 2025 to be clutter free. And I thank you for being here. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave a comment, like, or share the video with your friends. And as we get going, if you have questions about something I said, you want to make comments that you don't want public, or maybe you have a suggestion for the show or something that you want to see incorporated in the next episode or whatever we're going to call these things, postings, send us an email, or send me an email rather, at utcclutterfree@gmail.com. Again, utcclutterfree@gmail.com. If you're interested in my services and you need a professional organizer, feel free to visit my website at undertheclutter.com. Everything you'd need to know to contact me there is listed on the contacts page. Again, thank you for reaching out if you do. And again, welcome to Clutter Free. We're going to get started here. And in an effort to start, I figured I'd tell you how I started and how I got into organizing into the first place. Well, organizing has been in my bones ever since I can remember because my mom was the queen of throwing things out and my dad was the king of, if it's not where it should be, put it back there. So I remember there's a classic story of my mother throwing out my brother's bag of baseball cards that he got from my aunt and uncle for something, and he hadn't gone through them, and apparently there was some very valuable cards in there. But my mother is, if it's not nailed down and she wants it out, bye. My dad, she's like detached from stuff very easily. My dad's more of the put it backer, so if he didn't have his red phone book or the pair of scissors, my grandfather's tailoring scissors, in the junk drawer in the kitchen next to the refrigerator, we went on a scavenger hunt to find it. Until we found it, there was a scavenger hunt. And so throughout that, and on occasion organizing my mom's pantry closet, I'd find different categories of things and discover boxes of breadcrumbs that were open, and we had 3, like just different things, and I would just like it was just a fantastic thing. I just enjoyed putting things in categories, and I would organize a garage and take out anything that I couldn't use artistically, because that was my creative space. My father's creative, his workbench, my mom's shipping table, and it was my kind of creative space that I kind of would go in there and invent things and make things and come up with things. And if I didn't need it, I threw it out, just like my mother would. So, it just came naturally. I could be in an aisle of a supermarket and I'll be putting the gum back in the right flavor. It's just what I do. Anyway, so I've over the last 20 years developed a method that really shakes out all the clutter and leaves you clutter free. And if you're interested in that, you have come to the right place. So I am going to teach you the right way to organize, but it's going to be the right way for you. It's not going to be the way I think, it's going to be the way you think. It's not going to be the way I would decorate, it's going to be the way you would. This is not, this is to assist you to go through my method, and I'm, in all honesty, still trying to put language to how I can describe it to you. I've only gotten so far. I'm getting there, but, because there's a specific way to approach this, and the more intentional, the deeper you want to go, the more passionate you want to be about it. Call it anal. You want to be OCD and anal about it? Great. I'm all for it, because the deeper you go, the more, the better the results will be. The more wow factor, if you're interested in a wow factor, will be. I obviously would recommend taking before and after since we're starting. Go around, take pictures of your house. Every angle, every doorway, whatever way, just document your house. And we'll see where we end up at the end of the year. And trust me, it'll be clutter-free if you follow this method. Again, you're going to have to give yourself a little bit of leeway because you're human and life happens, and sometimes you have to run to, work, or somebody's in the hospital, or your kids need to be picked up from school, or, I don't know, there's a family gathering or whatever you have to get to that's interrupting your day and time and your time to organize. And that's okay. You have to give yourself, it's not going to always go exactly the way you think it's going to go. In fact, it's likely going to go way different and even better than you could even imagine right now, because that's the nature of this process. So it will be a little magical, I will admit. And if the more you pay attention to the little signs you see as you go, it's going to be, a blissful heaven when you're done. Right now, take your photos, as I mentioned, and deal with reality the way it is. See if you can step back from judging yourself that it's that way. See if you can get out of your head from beating yourself up about it, or blaming somebody else, or yelling at the dog or cat or parrot. Like, whatever it is, just let it be okay. Whether it's your partner's fault, your fault, it doesn't matter. Right now, everything is where it is. That stack of mail is the same spot it is yesterday, and it likely will be in the same spot tomorrow. You have to make it okay, because you're going to live through it, you're going to survive, and if you never choose to organize your house, you're going to live a great life, I promise. But this is, if you want to experience some magic in your house and really have your house come alive and be an expression of who you are. I'm going to take you through my own home, and I'm going to go through my thought process. I even wrote it down as I did this, so that I would kind of help document and create my method, because it's a specific way, and you can't skip a step, and you'll want to, but you can't, and you'll do it, and then you'll have to go back, and that's okay. And you have to give yourself grace for not wanting to listen, and then there's the lesson to learn. Just follow the directions. Just go with the flow. And I promise, if you go with this method, you're going to be so happy in the end. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Okay? So thank you for being on this process. If you have anything to say, comment, share, like this video. If you want to subscribe so you know when the next video is coming out, which will be soon, I will. But, don't argue with reality. Take your photos so you know your establishing point. And in 2025, we're going to get you clutter free. Welcome. We'll see you next time.